Hello there, Virgo. New moon in Pisces. It can be a little bit prone to fantasy. Virgo has a hard time with fantasy, but it can happen to everybody. That we believe that something is happening that it really isn't. It's more like I want to see that so badly that I created it in my own head and only. That happens. That happens to everybody. So don't shame yourself over it. All right, be patient with yourself. Anyway, messages for you for what you need to create for this new moon. The new moon intensifies the energy of what you want to create. And so it grows over the next lunar cycle until the moon becomes fuller and fuller. And that's when we see the manifestation of what it is that we're trying to bring into our lives. So the new moon is a great time for setting up that magic. Messages for you. As I'm shuffling these cards to try to get some volunteers, I want to introduce myself real quick. I'm Michele B. And make sure and subscribe if you love my vibe, because I'm putting readings out every two or 3 days, 2 or 3 times a week, essentially. Lots of different kinds of readings are coming out all the time. Great messages for you. Love you guys so much. Okay, so I finally got I got 2 different cards that I'm going to go with that I feel that resonate the most out of the pile that just fell out. And that is the Empress and the Devil. So these are 2 very, very different kinds of energies. The Empress is all about being in creation. Virgo, I see you very much as being close to an Empress energy. It's technically associated with Taurus, but it's all about, that earth, the Queen of Queens, but she's also like the goddess, the priestess of the earth. And then the Devil's all about obsessively thinking about something and trying to have it, trying to make it be yours. I feel like there's some unhealthy patterns from like what has, it's like kind of like a narcissistic influence in your past that has limited your beliefs about yourself, limited your beliefs about what is available to you to have. But the reality is that's what the Devil's all about. This is an influence, like the other person, the narcissistic influence that you had, or several influences that you had. They weren't bad people. They were, they had their own trauma, they had their own issues, and what they did was they said, well, you can't have that, you're not good enough for this, people like us don't get to do that kind of thing. And so that's in your subconscious mind. And so when you're manifesting, when you're trying to create something for yourself with like manifestation work under the new moon, is that you don't believe that the fantasies that you would like to have turn into reality, you don't believe that they could happen. You're like, well, that people like stuff like that doesn't happen to people like me. You can imagine it and you're just like, yeah, I don't get to have that kind of stuff. Okay? So remember that whenever you hear that voice, that's not reality. That's not reality. This narcissistic, like telling you can't have, this oppressive voice, that's the thing that's not reality. This is actually you. Everything that you have is you have created yourself. You deserve it. You deserve everything that you created for yourself. All right? If you've created resources for yourself to be able to invest into something bigger, for Pete's sake, do it. Because people like you get to be successful. Because you earned it. You created it. It's all yours, and you can do whatever you want. So step it up and use those resources that you've been acquiring to your advantage in stepping forward. I love it. I love it, Virgo. This is where I'm going to leave off. I've been Michele B. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm a Virgo today. Love you. I'll see you.